Greetings commanders and welcome back to another Warpath video. My name is Eagle, and in this video we are going to be actually exploring one of the events that starts early on but not many players actually do good about in this event or know how important this event is, which is combat drills. Now you can gain tons and tons of rewards from this event and it's extremely highly valued, and you have no clue how easy it is to gain points in this event, especially with one of the latest updates where you can actually attack collecting convoys. So let's go ahead and explore this event and give you some tips and tricks about it to tell you exactly how to gain the maximum amount of rewards out of it. Okay, so to start off, what is exactly combat drills? Well, combat drills is an event that comes exactly at the 6th day of battle honors or any other event that is actually on, which basically means that if you're like doing either battle honors or the two other events, which is army something, these two events have 7 days like this one. So at the 6th day, the combat drills will start, and it's a 2-day event. You'll have a base firepower of 2% plus during this event period, and you can also continue with the rest of the game basically normally. So what is this event and what is it about? So you gain points for doing things or doing objectives, which include killing basically in this event. So first of all, you gain points for collecting, which is very simple, and you can gain actually a lot of points throughout collecting and even finish up the whole medals, which is basically the kind of the points milestones as you call them. So these are basically some milestones that you'll be able to get, and there's some good rewards out of these milestones. So once you reach all the way to 1 million points, you'll be able to gain all these kind of rewards that you can see over here. But in addition to that, you can also reach 1 million throughout collecting only if you are active enough. So if you're collecting resources and you're like almost all day collecting resources without stop, you can definitely get to 1 million without even doing any single one of these. But that will not get you the ranking rewards, which are the juicy rewards we're going to be talking about in a second. So there are 3 other ways that you can actually get more points in this event, and they are the main ways that you can get the more points basically. So if you inflict 1000 points commander base damage, basically you'll be getting 1 point. So for every 1000 base damage, you get 1 point. And that's so much easier to get 1000 base damage, but that involves base versus base. So you have to be very careful when you're doing this event because it's a 2-day event. You have limited reserves, and depending on your server situation, you have to work around with your alliance in order to get more points. Because let's say that you went up against a base that's almost the same power as yours, most likely you're going to be losing a lot of troops and reserves in order to actually take down that base and take down their troops. So play around this event very smartly, use your friends, use your alliance in order to get more points, and together you will be able to actually achieve much better results in this event. The second thing is troop defeat, and this is basically very simple. The higher the tier of the troops that you actually take down, the more points that you'll be actually getting from this event. And as you can see, the modern units, which is basically the higher grade troops, are already in this list as well, and you can gain a lot of points when you're actually attacking those higher grade troops. In addition to that, you have, of course, blowing up the collection trucks. This is basically if you take down a higher unit reserves truck, then basically you'll be getting more points. But remember that the resources, once you take down a truck, the resources will remain to the one that's actually collecting them. So if I collected 1 million resources and you took down my truck, I will still get the 1 million resources nevertheless. But it's still a very good way to actually gain points if you have like a light tank or like very fast tanks and you're just roaming around the battlefield, taking down any collection convoy that's actually basically collecting right now. So you will be able to get tons of points just from this event if you want to be a little bit more peaceful and not just go straight to the bases and attack other players. So it entirely depends on your server, what is exactly the rules that are there. If you have currently like current conflict that is within your server, it's always nice to have these internal friendly conflicts where you just go ham on combat drills, and then on normal days it's just like normal days, you're back as friends. So it's always good to have like kind of this fun in a server. So make sure that if this event comes in and you have like some sort of like that event, it's always good to train for the big events, which is the level 4 cities and whatnot, during this event. Consider this like kind of a training ground for the big ones. Let's talk about the ranking rewards right now, which are the most interesting to me as well. First of all, take a look at this. The first place gains 50 gold officer statues, which is extremely high value. Now forget everything else, the 5,000 gold is always good, but these 50 gold officer statues is amazing. So targeting the first place should be your highest priority, or at least getting to the top 3, because afterwards the rewards drop significantly. I mean, the top 10 will still give you like good rewards, but afterwards 3 officer statues are kind of very debatable in order to get those, because it's extremely high to just like get to top 20. But when it comes to top 3, this is where things get interesting, because the reward value is extremely significant, especially at the top 1 position. So if you are going for this event, make sure that you have enough reserves for it. Make sure that the server is ready to actually attack some of the like other players, and also make sure that you have a couple of friends or a couple of allies that are willing to teleport with you and start fighting in a battlefield, and overall get more points together. Do not forget that collecting can actually get you a lot of points. So you can get like as solid 1 million points out of collecting. In addition to that, blowing up collection trucks is also going to give you a lot of points. So if you are free, you need a lot of time for this event to actually get more points. So if you're targeting the top 3, you definitely need to make sure that you have at least 8 hours to 10 hours daily to spend on the game, attacking other players or collecting, blowing up collection trucks, and because it does require a lot of time to gain those points, and some players are actually kind of crazy about this, and they spend so much time just going through the map, finding targets, and eliminating them in order to get more points. Overall, this is basically what this event requires, but I definitely encourage you guys to actually play it. It's super fun, especially if you are in a server where these friendly kind of fights happen throughout the event period. So hey, if you haven't tried this yet, maybe start talking to your server and start kind of planning something like this. It's super fun, and I definitely recommend it. Consider this as a training ground for the big kind of leagues or the big plans that are coming up ahead. So and hey, if you did like this video, maybe throw us a like down there and consider subscribing. Thanks so much for watching, and we definitely see you on the next one. Bye bye.